my mother, since our Kalish, I really appreciate it so much. May she have much nachas. Rabbi Kalish is Rosh Hashiva of the Sifra of Waterbury, and he is known for his unconditional acceptance of every yid. A master mechanech, his inspiration goes far beyond the walls of his base medrash to the world at large. We so appreciate his chizuk, his message, and indeed we have had many requests to have Rabbi Kalish join us. Rabbi Kalish was so happy for the location of this talk after all we moved from shul to shul in our efforts in this series, and it was especially meaningful since Shaarei Tefilah was the home of the Daf Yomi Shiur for many, many years. The dear father of Rabbi Kalish, Rabbi Shiur Kalish, Zatzal, whose yahrzeit just was this past week, and who is very, very missed in our community. Thank you, Rabbi Kalish, for being here.
May we just offer a round of thanks to Debbie for organizing this.
First of all, thank you to Mrs. Isaacowitz for your kind words. That's first of all. I'm excited to be close friends with Mrs. Isaacowitz's son, who's in Eretz Yisrael, impacting Yid learning Torah and teaching Torah. So it's an honor to be here, and I thank you for your words. Your speech before was really just what you said in that story. Hostage, the mother reunited with her son. Incredible story, an incredible tool. So thank you for having me, and certainly the mission statement of this group, the unifying, the fact, the community, different people, different shuls coming together. This is something, you mentioned the captives, to me like a personal mission, a personal thing that has to be. We're one people, we're one people. It's not a small thing, our different brands. It's not to put down Sfard, Ashkenaz, Litvish, Hasidish. All that is, there's a space, there's different customs, and it's a beauty that we have different shvatim. It's a beauty, we're a robust people, but deeper yet, one people, one people. Am Yisrael's me, it's you, it's us, one people. I appreciate a lot shuls, and there's certain places that are magnificent with this. It's something that's important to me. Before Simchas Torah 2 years ago, I did not go around speaking much in my life. It wasn't, speaking's wonderful, and there are people go around, and it's an important thing. I feel to man my post. I have something in Yeshiva, I have a family in Waterbury. I did not go around speaking. After Simchas Torah, exactly, I just had a sense, one people, Am Yisrael, a Yid. And anything which gathers our people. The fact we have different shuls is wonderful. Each with their flavors, each with their stuff, but we're one people. In the past 2 weeks, I met in Stern College with hundreds of girls, precious. I'm going in a couple of weeks, in 2 weeks, I'm going to Monroe to speak to the Satmar Chassidim there. And they're the same, it's Satmar Chassidim, Stern College, we're one people. We're one people, literally one people. We're just one people, a Yid. A Yid, it's just true, it's not a slogan. It's not, a Yid is a big thing. Am Yisrael, a Yid. Before Simchas Torah, Klal Yisrael was like a concept to me. Somehow in the capturing of the hostages, I discovered what it means, I'm a Yid. Before we've gone through those 2 years that we went through as a people, so let's say like a Pesach, I was trying to like tzushto, to connect myself to Am Yisrael. There's a story with Am Yisrael, and then there's me, okay, let me try Tisha B'Av. Klal Yisrael went through something, Simchas Torah changed it all. Am Yisrael means me and you. Tomorrow we're Am Yisrael. My mom, it's not concept Am Yisrael. It's not it's me. when you Pesach, you're not trying to like take yourself and see if you can like. I sat Pesach. I'm not exaggerating. There was a time in my Seder this year. I was with my family. Now we're Zeicha. Hundreds of Yidden, probably hundreds, come through the Seder. People come in and out. We're in a hotel. We have a private room, but a lot of people join for a minute, 10, an hour, or a few hours. But I felt the sense. I got goosebumps at one point. I'm not like we're in the middle of our journey. We're like traveling. We're in the middle of our story. We're like, we didn't get there to Israel yet. We're not there yet. We're going through it. Us. Not like I wasn't trying to like connect to. It was us. Tisha B'Av, I wasn't trying to learn somebody else's story. It's my story. The guy next to me, the people next to me. It's our story. So I just appreciate this gathering from different shuls, from different, and that's the mission statement of this Rosh Chodesh series. To me, that's we need that. We need a lot of that, and that's just the truth. Great barriers. I'm zeichen to have a close connection in the Sephardic community. I've gone to Great Neck a whole bunch of times, and there's true. There are different types of Sephardim. And they each one with their own culture. There's Bukharan and Syrian and Moroccan, and each one, it's wonderful. There are no classes, chas v'sholom. We're destroying, there's no classes. There's a Yid. The fact that there's different minhagim is wonderful, and to be celebrated and not to push away, that's wonderful. But there's a Yid. Sfarad, Ashkenaz, there's different brands of Sfarad, different brands of Chasidus. There's a Yid. It's just the real thing with Bnei Avram. Somebody joked to me in shuls in Kiryat Sefer, there are shuls, so they call it like the Yotzei Chevron, the graduates of Chevron, they have a shul. The graduates of Mir, they have a shul. So somebody told me on a certain shul that we're the Yotzei Mitzrayim. Deeper yet is, so I think this is the mission statement of such a shiur, one of the mission statements, and I'm very thankful to be here. I came here with thoughts what I was going to speak about, but when I pulled up, it changed. And this whole year has been a very, very beautiful, difficult, just an important year for myself, for my whole family. I can't speak on behalf of my mother. I could say that anybody who needs emunah in our Torah, in Hashem, in Chazal, the laws and the flow of Avelos. Last night was the first time I heard a song in a year without guilt. I'm in yeshiva, so I hear a lot of songs. Last night was a guilt-free song. My brother said it's his first song in a year. I said it's my first guilt-free song. My father held very strongly at baseball games that you're not allowed to go lower seats. When you go to a baseball and you buy a certain ticket, he held it was gneva. My father with money, he was very lenient in many areas. When it came to money, he was a huge machmir. And he held it was gneva. You buy it, none of my siblings will go down. We buy a ticket to a game, we're sitting where we're sitting. You don't go down, you buy a Mets ticket to mezzanine, you're not going down to box. You are where you are. He held it was gneva. He held it was stealing to go down. You didn't pay for that. So he spoke in yeshiva, and I was in 11th grade. My father said to the shiur, it's gneva, and he explained to us why it's stealing and the importance of somebody else's money. So he spoke to us maybe on a Thursday. On Sunday, Monday, a guy comes to yeshiva and said, Rebbe, your shmooze worked. He said, Rebbe, my father said, I'm so glad you went to a game, you didn't go. Then he said, I went there and I felt so guilty. So there's such a thing that the guilt is less hanod, avera impacts less. But the laws of Avelos are so, the Torah knows us, Hashem knows me, it's wild. Hashem knows us, mamish. The laws from the first 3 days to the 7 days, you start even till the kfura, the laws. You don't do mitzvahs, you get till the kfura. My father was a person of incredible rikus, concentration. He did something focused. He was in. Very focused person. He learned Torah. We were playing growing up in the room. I never was told, shh, or stop players, throwing the ball. We did what we, very focused person. And it was fascinating. Right off the start, we weren't chayv in mitzvahs. We were going to my father to bring him to Eretz Yisrael. There was one mitzvah, focus. Basic the mitzvah, patim and mitzvah. We were focused. The halachas, the entire year, the 3, the 7, shloishim, the year to the yard site, all the halachas and the flow of the year. I can speak about this. I'm not prepared for it. The sense, the halacha is how it reflects where you're holding, when you can get a haircut, just every aspect of the shiva. Be where you are, be in touch with me. Don't ignore, don't avoid. Even that you can't listen to music. Music has a beautiful space, but the halachas that say feel where you are, don't run, don't hide, be present to your situation. The whole year of Aveilus has just been a sense. Chazal know us, the Torah Hashem knows us. And we was the family to culminate this year of Aveilus. We were together with my mother, with the siblings together, the Americans, so the ones that are living here. And we spent the Shabbos together, the yard site we spent together with my mother. And it was just a very powerful Shabbos, being together with my mother, together with all the siblings. An extremely, extremely powerful Shabbos. Specifically being in the shul that my parents built. The community together, they grew and gave so much there. It was very, very powerful. The sense, my brother said last night, he said, Oy lo avichai. My father still lives. And the sense, the day after Hashem, the Hashgacha of Hashem, the day I finished Kaddish was very, very hard. After 11 months, I stopped saying Kaddish. It was very, very hard to stop, to let go like that. Early in middle of the year, you're grinding, you're pushing. For me, trying to be on time to Minyanim, it was a pushing, struggling, succeeding even sometimes. And to then stop the Kaddish was very, very difficult. And b'hashgacha, the next morning after I finished Kaddish, I found myself, it never happens in 20 years, it just doesn't. I was in my father's shul, there was hashgacha, why that, just hashgacha. I was in my father's shul for Shabbos on a Friday morning on Chol Hamoed. And it was very comforting. I wasn't saying Kaddish, but there I felt people were coming over, stories about my father, recollections, and the chiyus that goes on, the chiyus, that which is built endures, tzadikim b'misas and krudim chaim. And being in that shul with his balabatim, with his friends, with his talmidim, with the people that he impacted, it was tremendous, tremendous chizuk, an encouragement, that which was endures. Ruchnius is forever. Service to Hashem endures. There's a kiyum. And being there was a tremendous, tremendous chizuk. Just there was like over Shabbos, I felt hyper a lot. Just felt like energy, a lot of energy. So I want to express that being here again and pulling in front. I'm going to say something different than I wanted to, because pulling in front of this building and coming the day after, this is, now we're pushing forward, we're after Aveilus. And I want to express that being here in Shaarei, the next morning, being in Shaarei Tefilah, a place that my father taught Torah for so many years, to hear even that the Shiur, all the sponsors, all the neshamas, all the sponsors, whatever thing they sponsored for, Aliyas Neshama, Refuah Tzchos, Refuah Shem, should all taka happen. I want to express one of the names I heard sponsored is the Bergman family. To hear that here, for decades, my father learned Torah and taught Torah to Mr. Sam Bergman. They had a kesher nafshi that together for sure in Shemayim, and they learned Torah. My father was zeichet to have a minyan here for years. His Rambam Shiur may be the best Shiur I ever heard from my father. If I have a right to say that he gave a Rambam Shiur here for decades. Beautiful Rambam Shiur. So to pull to this holy makom, Shaarei Tefilah, a place where my father learned Torah and taught Torah and davened, it's an honor. So I want to share with you a shot that I'm thinking. Could it be a practical tool? Very possibly. I want to share something with everybody here. I was zeicha only in my life to learn one Masechta cover to cover with my father. The last couple of months I've been learning the Masechta myself because I'm attaching my nefesh to my father. And there's nothing like Torah to attach to the neshama of the departed. A matter of fact, Svarim bring that more important than going to the kever on the yard side is that you can learn the sefer of the departed. Svarim bring it's bigger. To go to the kever is huge. Learn from the sefer. My brother Meir Simcha, who's a Torah-dika person, he quoted from the sefer. It was very special on the yard side to quote from the sefer. So I was zeicher to learn Masechta Nedarim cover to cover every word of the Ran, every word of the Gemara, the entire Masechta with my father, and as such it has a chavivus to me. So I want to share a Gemara with you and a possible pshat. It's on Lech Lecha, not this week's parsha, but this is what I'm thinking when I pulled up today, and I want to share this with you. The Gemara Nedarim Daf Lamed Beis, Avram Avinu goes to fight a war. He hears Ki Nishba Achid, his brother's been captured, and he fights a war. He takes his yeshiva. It's like remarkable. We're so used to things, so we don't remember to be shocked and surprised. It's crazy. He comes to yeshiva one day, Avram Avinu, he says, Chevra, we're not learning today. What's happening? You know, we could do something crazy and whatever. We'll go to the pizza shop. This I've never done. Avram comes to yeshiva and he says, we're fighting a war today. Chevra, let's go. And he takes his chevra, he hands out weapons, and they're fighting. A Bachar in yeshiva asked me this year, and I love friction. We all have ish. Don't be afraid to ask. Somebody told me this year, I don't like Yidden. I like that friction. Don't be pretend. We could get real places from where we are. We don't have to say, I love Yidden. He doesn't like Yidden. Well, it's a friction. Hashem's Boicher Ba'ama Yisrael Baba. And your experience is you struggle. That's amazing. You get real places. You get places. Go on walks with that. That's a serious sugya, what's happening inside. So a guy asked me this year, he said, I'm struggling that we're fighting for 20 captives. We're losing more than 20 people. Mm-hmm. That's friction. That's amazing. People are so afraid of their questions. That's amazing. He's struggling. It's not even like, I'm not a big answer type of guy. He should go on walks. That's something that's huge. The first thing is, wow, friction. We all have tons of real friction inside. A guy sits in a shiur, the Rebbe's saying, isn't this geschmack? And he's like, this is boring like I had my son. That's great. Nobody should pretend. He shouldn't join in. Oh, it's so geschmack. It's not resonating. I don't even know why I'm learning this rashba. That's friction. That's healthy. It's healthy. Don't ignore that. Don't pretend. Go on walks with that. Then again, you figure it's a good place to be. So this friction, a Bachar asks that we're fighting for 20 and we're losing more than 20. I'm struggling. I read the parsha in the Torah. Avram Avinu says to his yeshiva, his precious talmidim, kibanim mamish, his children. Avram Avinu says to his kids, come Kinderluch, we're going to fight a war. People die in wars. Wars are really scary. Avram Avinu says we're fighting a war against the four most powerful kings, Ki Nishba Achiv, because my nephew's been captured. I'm fighting for him. Now, in any teva, a person's losing more than one in the war. Where's the math? Ki Nishba Achiv, my brother's captured. I'm not lying, I'm not sitting here. I'm not continuing on. Ki Nishba Achiv, my brother's captured. I am not just going on, I'm not ignoring, we're going to fight. Ki Nishba Achiv, you took my brother, I'm fighting. I refuse to do any math. You have my brother. I'm not into math right now. Ki Nishba Achiv, you have my brother. I'm not just sitting here, you have my brother, you're holding my brother. That's mamish psukim in the Torah, Ki Nishba Achiv. And he takes his talmidim, Vayarik es chanicham, and he arms his talmidim, and they go fight. Now the Gemara Nedarim Lamed Beis, I was zeicher to learn with my father, and the Gemara Nedarim says a few things about this Vayarik es chanicha, of arming his soldiers, arming his students. The Gemara says three things I want to share with you. I want to say this, that I'm nishtoimim from all the Yidden in Eretz Yisrael. I'm amazed by the Yidden that fight in the army, amazing. The soldiers, I've been Zeich, I had a camp in the summer, we brought parents of the soldier who passed away, they told us about their son. We met this family, remarkable people, just really incredible people. And the soldiers who fight, I have a brother-in-law who's in Gaza, who's a family of 5, his children, amazing tzaddikim, fighting for Am Yisrael, the Kedusha, the holiness. We have 40 guys in the Yeshiva who fought, people fighting for Eretz Yisrael, was for Yidden, for Kinishba, Achiv, holy. I'm the shtoimim from the Yidden who are sitting and learning Torah. The learning of Torah, the concern for their children, they're afraid that the army would affect their kids. I'm amazed by them. Amazed by us. I say us, it's us and us. I'm amazed. I have friends and relatives and nephews who wouldn't go to the army. I'm amazed by them and by their choices. Be'emes. Is there a friction between those two sides? 100%. I think some of the people coming from Chutz La'aretz are tasked, we can Be'ezus Hashem, be ma'achid, all of Klal Yisrael. Beautiful people with beautiful lights, tremendous each Yid, each Shevet. And we can be ma'achid Klal Yisrael. Be'ezus Hashem will have a unity in Klal Yisrael with different opinions. I do want to share, because you have to learn Torah. You know the Gemara says that Avram Avinu, and this is not taking a side, it's learning a Gemara, and I don't have a side. It's all us and our people. I don't know how to tell you. It's us and us. When your brothers that have an argument, and you're the third brother, you just love both of your brothers and just appreciate each brother. The Gemara says that Avram Avinu had 3 chatan that caused us to go to Mitzrayim. And one of the chatan is his Talmidim were learning Torah, and he took them to the army. And the Gemara says Avram was punished al sha'asa an gariya b'talmidei chachamim. In the words of Rashi, in the words of the Ran and the Durham, he brought his Talmidim to war. The Hainu b'nei Adam shechinech l'Torah. His Talmidim were designated for Torah, should not have been brought to war. Now, I'm not coming at all. I'm not coming to take sides. I'm coming to express the value of the learners of Torah. And there was some einish to Avram Avinu vayorik es chanichov. He took his Talmidim that were learning Torah, and he brought them to the war. There was some einish that they should have remained learning Torah. And al sha'asan gar Gemara Lamed Beis in Edarm. Al sha'asan garya b'talmidei chachamim. He was punished. He took the people supposed to be learning and brought them to war. Avram Avinu did it, but there was some einish for that. Very, very fascinating and just expressing. Avram did it. He brought them to war and to fight. And then there was some einish. Very interesting. I almost hear a validation of both sides. You're not doing too bad to be like Avram, but there was some pigam she'asan garya b'talmidei. Now I want to express. It says vayorik es chanichav. Avram Avinu comes to yeshiva, and he's about to take his yeshiva to fight a war. And the pasuk in Lech Lecha says vayorik es chanichav. So it's machlekes amiron. What that means? Gemara Nedarim Lamed Beis. Says the Gemara, Rav Amar Sharikan b'Torah. Rav says he first was mechazik them in Torah. They're about to fight a war, and he was mechazik. He strengthened his chevra in Torah. Now that Harikan b'Torah, I totally understand. Of course, what we need to do is shtadlus. Of course, we need soldiers. We need to fight. We also need zchus ha-Torah. Torah is Megan. The Torah protects. The Torah guards Am Yisrael. And we need zchus ha-Torah. It's a non-negotiable thing. We need zchus ha-Torah. We need Torah. And Harikan b'Torah means before they fought with them, he was mechazik limud ha-Torah. We need a fight, and we also need zchus ha-Torah. And so Ram says vayorik es chanichav means he armed them, he encouraged them in Torah. But I want to discuss Shmuel, and that's what I want to talk about primarily today about Shmuel. Shmuel says Sharikan b'zav, he gave out gold. Very interesting. They're about to fight a war, and Avram Avinu starts giving out cash. Some sort of gold. He starts paying them. What's happening? What's happening? Vayarik es Chanicha, Avram Avinu is giving out money to his Talmidim. He's paying all his Talmidim. Now the simple pshat is they're about to fight. He pays them to fight. Simple pshat. He's paying them. What's the time recording? Chevra will go to fight. If soldiers deserve money, they get. What's this Vayarik es Chanicha that Avram Avinu gives them money? Avram Avinu lived a very nomadic experience. He was separate from society, separate and very ma'oriv. Avram Avinu had a yeshiva and a settlement of people came to Avram and they studied Das Hashem. Now they were not part of any community. The Avos lived a nomadic existence. Reb Miller says because they didn't want to be impacted. They wanted to impact and not get impacted. So they lived separate from the Ummos. They lived their own little shtetl, their own little city, their own private place not to be impacted. And of course, then he would go and impact. People would come and be impacted. Avram Avinu's bringing his yeshiva to fight wars. They were going to come in touch with Sodom, with dangerous, corrupt countries, people struggling. In general, warfare, conquest, a lot of money capturing. They captured Sodom. Billions of dollars belonged to Avram and his men. Melech Sodom said, "Rechush kachlach, keep it all." War, conquest has massive dangers. In general, in fighting wars, there's tremendous promiscuity in armies. There's a lot of danger when people fight, the danger of becoming very physical and forgetting who you are. A lot of dangers in warfare. Dangers of interaction with the Ummos. Dangers of connecting, of being mamish, very part of society. And Avram Avinu Pashat Pshat, he gives out money. Avram Avinu gives out money. The simple pshat is he gives out money that his Talmidim should feel they have cash, so they shouldn't be tempted. There's a lot of temptations. So he gives them all cash in their pockets. Now, I don't learn, Torah is literal, that's pshat. My father taught us to always learn pshat. I don't picture that Hashem, that Gemara is trying to tell me, that Shmuel is trying to tell me, the scene, and then, the Rebbe's dollars on a Sunday morning, the Lubavitcher $1 is beautiful. Avram Avinu handing like cash. Johnny would never learn this way. Avram's like handing cash to all his Talmidim. I'm not saying that didn't happen. What a Chazal saying. What a Chazal. If you call me Chassidish, guilty as charged. What a Chazal saying, he handed out cash. What's happening? Vayarik es Chanichav. He gave out money to his Talmidim. Chanichav. There's the first time Chinuch's mentioned in the Torah, Chanichav. The people he was educating, the people he was training, he handed out cash. So I want to say something to everybody here that's just true. I spent a year with my dad this year, consistent, thinking about him, being with him, absorbing his lessons, absorbing his essence. I don't know another person in the world who enjoyed Olam Hazeh more than my father. I don't know another person who enjoyed. Nice piece of chicken, ski, just enjoyed. Just enjoyed. Mamish. It's like a strange thing. Hashem sends souls here. And my father was a soul that worked in Olam Hazeh. He was focused Torah, learning and teaching Torah. My parents, to learn and teach Torah with a singular focus, to encourage Yidden, to uplift Yidden, learn, teach, inspire, focus. And along the way, there's supper you eat and you just enjoy your schnitzel. Who grilled better schnitzel than my father? Along the way, you need kayak. Good tennis game, give kayak, play tennis, enjoy, mamish, enjoy a good tennis game. A good slope, you ski, you schmack together, the chevra. Somebody who literally enjoyed this world. I want to express from the greatest gifts I got from my parents, from the greatest gifts. I meet many guys in yeshiva, and I want to talk to you and I. In a few minutes, this was supposed to be some tools. I want to talk to you and I, a shtickle practically in a couple of minutes. I see many guys in yeshiva, and I see people who have a sense they have fun. Like, whoa, there's fun. One of the greatest gifts my father gave me, my parents gave me and my siblings, and anybody who was zeicha to be around him, is we have blessing, the life of service of Hashem. This world from the very start, Hashem made the world, a beautiful world. And he made it for Am Yisrael. He made it for the learner of Torah, for the Bereshis, B'shvil Yisrael Shenek Bereshis, B'shvil HaTorah Shenek Bereshis. He made it for us. My father loved to say from Mesilas Yesharim, I don't have it on me this moment, Mesilas Yesharim says a line that we're not created for this world because who's happy in this world? That sounds very, at first reading, it's like he says 1 in 1,000 you won't find who's happy. Did Mesilas Yesharim know that my father? He loved that sefer. He also loved the world, probably equal. He loved the world, the sefer. Mesilas Yesharim describes that there's nobody happy here. When you read it carefully, and I advise a careful reading, and this is not like a cute pshat, you just have to read it carefully. He's saying a person who lives for this world, and that's what you're about. That's your focus, that's your essence. It can't be, it's not it. It's not it. You have 100, you want 200, 200, 400, it's not it. This world is beautiful. Hashem looks at the world and says, Tov Moed, it's a wonderful world. Wonderful, delicious, wonderful. When you're focused who we are and what we are, the world is wonderful. Such a nice place. So many good things for chesed, for encouragement. So many deeper than that, to connect to Hashem, just to enjoy and feel the love of Hashem. When we're about a neshama here, with a mission, with a tafkid, to bring the light, each of us, a unique light, and then the world to enjoy comfortably the kindnesses of Hashem that encourage along the way, that cause us to connect to Hashem, that cause us that we're seen by Hashem, that cause us to sense we're being taken care of by Hashem. It's a beautiful world. The world's a beautiful place. And I want to express that Avram Avinu, to me, Pasha Pshat, I think it's obviously Pshat. Vayorikas Chalicha was an attitude. He's bringing his Talmidim to war, interact with the world. Oh my goodness, what's going to be? Are they going to go off the derech? They're going to be exposed. Vayorikas Chalicha, his Talmidim were filthy rich. They were rich. It's not like a technique. My father took us on trips. He played ball with us, but it wasn't like a chinuch trick. Tricks don't work. Don't do any tricks. Vayarkas Chanicha was a reality. His Talmidim were filthy rich, Avram Avinu's Talmidim. Vayarkas Chanicha, that he gave out cash. I don't suspect, because Avram's like Yishmak, they're about to go to war, they're going to get tempted. Here's $1, okay, now, but if you hand them 100,000, I think they'll be more tempted by war. If you have 100, you want 200. That's a bad plan. You're about to. I think by Yorikas Chanicha, that he made rich those that he was mechanech, was a reality. I never sensed, and I could ask my mother, I don't think my father brought us to ball games because he doesn't want us to go off the deck. It wasn't. He made Hashem made a world for the servant of Hashem. I don't think it was. He wasn't like that. A manipulative, a chap. That wasn't how he was living. He didn't grill the steak this way. You won't go if I have a good schnitzel. No. Hashem made a beautiful world. He told me, the Yerushalmi at the end of the first parak of Kedushin, the Yerushalmi says after 120, Hashem's going to man us. He's going to ask us, I made something nice. I made the Alps. Why didn't you see them? He's going to man us. I made nice things for you. I was trying to give you something nice. Why didn't you enjoy that? The way he utilized the world, a clarity of who we are, and then a beautiful world. And he gifted us, who was zeichet, to be the ones he was mechanech, by Yorikas Chanicha. He made us rich. we never sense, and I meet guys who have a sense that the happiness, the fun stuff's there. No, but we have to be from, all the fun stuff was made for us. All the stuff Hashem made in the world. There was such a clarity, such a sense. The things Hashem made, a beautiful world. He didn't like create nice things, a nice river, and then he rafted on it. He bought rafts and he rafted on the rivers. It's the beautiful world Hashem made for Am Yisrael, for the livers of Torah, B'Shvil Yisrael, B'Shvil HaTorah. And there's a beautiful world. And learning, remembering who we are, remembering what we're about, each of us is a light. There's a tremendous tafkid of a tremendous shine that we have. And then the use of the world in a beautiful way. Understanding Mamish was made from us, for us. And the world is a precious place. There's a line I say over this year that's just true. I've spoken to my siblings about this line. Rabbi Yisrael Salanter famously said, Yenes Gashmias is your ruchnias. Somebody else's Gashmias is your ruchnias. A very good line. Very true line. We're aware of that line. I want to say on my father something different. His Gashmias became our ruchnias. Things he liked skiing. How many people are closer to Hashem because of my father's ski trips? Now somebody in Eretz Yisrael said, well-meaning, he only did the ski trips because he wanted other people. He wanted to give everything to other people. He actually liked skiing, I promise. He really liked skiing. It wasn't the chap. Hashem made us and made us to enjoy the world, Geshmak. When we remember who we are and don't lose focus, a person shakua n'olam hazeh forgets what the neshama, forgets what we're here, forgets that we have a light to shine, each of us uniquely in our own stations, a beautiful light to shine. If we forget that, so then it's true, and then with shakua chasing the delights of the world, forgetting tafkid, so then it's true, the Mesilas Yesharim, who's happy chasing like that? Find me the person, 100, 200, 200, 400. We can't find the person who's happy. But a person who knows what we are, what remembers, focus, you like have the nice things. We stop for breakfast. We're in the middle of the day and we stop for breakfast. Enjoy the breakfast. Remember to be present to it. Remember, enjoy that nice bowl of cereal. A guy told me, my father in Philly Yeshiva, he was a youngster, was learning incredible hours. I've heard from people, wild hours. A guy who was there in Shaarei, downstairs, told me, downstairs. He turned to me during a shiur, and he said to me, I remember in Philly, your father loved eating cookies. And he had it, there was no guilt, there was a sense, a good cookie, geschmack. The world that Hashem gave us, Avram Avinu's Talmidim were wealthy Talmidim. If you want to understand that, I suspect, this is where you can argue with my father with the man that works in Pshat. It sounds Vayorik Chanicha was right before he took them, he did something. The way I'm learning is he had been Yorikas. He had filled them with gold. That's why he was able to take them. They were Talmidim who felt wealthy. They were Talmidim who felt wealthy. It wasn't like a danger. Oh my goodness, if they go there, they'll go up to there. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I feel a certain confidence because of my father. I don't have fears. My son, if he goes there, if he sees that, we have a lot, and I'm not saying, we have a lot in chinuch, we're very afraid. Oh my goodness, if your son's with that boy, he's going to bring him off the deck. We have a lot of fears, and it comes from good places. It comes from very good places. It comes because we have something precious, and we certainly want to guard what we have, for sure. And I'm not mocking our fears and expressing there's such a thing. It's not how I think a lot. Vayorik es Chanicha, Avram Avinu's came to his yeshiva. A lot of us say, it's not a good idea, they're going to go off the derech. He said, Chevra, we're going to fight a war, come. They're going to become not from, they're going to Steinites, they're going to be side by side. Who are they going to fight with around? It's a dangerous place, the army. Going out there, conquering countries, crazy stuff. Vayorik es Chanichav, his Chanichav, those he was entrusted to be mechanech, he had armed them with gold, and they were rich people. I think in our own lives, I'm not just talking about for our children one day, in our own lives to absorb the kindnesses of Hashem that He intended for us. Of course, focusing on mission, of course, busy with what we're supposed to be busy, each of us, the unique light that we're supposed to be, our tafkid, our goal. And then absorbing the kindnesses along the way, being present to them, making brachas b'kavanah, but enjoying the things that Hashem wants us to enjoy. Each thing in its place, each thing in its time. The way He was present to a good tennis game, the way He was present and enjoyed and was thankful. You know how many people are frummer because of his tennis? You know how many people are from his rafts? How many families were saved by those rafts? He liked whitewater rafting. He had a motto, if it ain't dangerous, it ain't fun. He went to all different wild places rafting. Now he was busy learning Torah, Yom V'Layla, teaching Torah for decades. And then to Hashem's world, to enjoy it in its time, in its way, and to appreciate, to be thankful for the kindness of Hashem's world. The people around him didn't have a sense that they out there, they have the fun, it's not a truth. It's not the truth of if Hashem designed the world like that, we'd have to pay. It's not a truth of the world. The beautiful world that Hashem made specifically for His learners. There's a line in the Mesilas Yesharim about the world. This line that is Gashmias became our Ruchnias. The Mesilas Yesharim says that for the Adam Hashalim, who remembers who he is, and he uses the world, Hu Misale, Va'olam Misale Imay. He has an elevation and the world gets elevated with him. The world itself becomes an elevated place. The world itself becomes special, becomes important. The person remembers their tafkid and uses the beautiful world around in the right way. I'm so Hashem, you watch people's lives and their journeys. That my father was Rav in a community, in a shul in Lawrence, in a place where people do have wonderful houses and people are living such chesed, such beautiful lives. To be there Shabbos, you didn't run to Shiurim, you know what, Isaac and chesed, supporting kolim, and the exact match of a person, the perfect match of a person whose attitude to the world wasn't bittul. It's a nice world that Hashem made with good purpose, with good usages. The shidduch of the Rav and the people is like only Hashem could have made. It's like an exact shidduch. Somebody who was so focused on what our tafkid is. Keep in mind the goal. Keep in mind, don't lose sight. What we're about, what we're here for, what we're doing. We have a light. Don't lose that for a second. A Yidden didn't lose it for a minute. They don't lose that focus, what we're about. And then to enjoy and appreciate in its space, in its time, Hashem's beautiful world. We have to live this way ourselves, and then we can share this with our children. When I see a guy in yeshiva, every once in a while you have a guy who deeply has a sense, like there is the fun. Out there, away from us, I always feel bad. Some chinuch has broken down. Where's the Vayarkas Chanichov? One who grows up with a certain joy. Reb Moshe already spoke about this. Reb Moshe spoke when he felt that people said, "Oh, schwer zu sein a Yid." It's difficult to be a Yid, and people said that. He said people who ma'aseh nefesh for Torah, and their kids struggled. It's the opposite of Avraham Avinu, Vayarkas Chanichov. His people who he was charged felt so rich, felt so lucky, felt so Ashreinu, such a chiyus, such a positivity. There was a chiyus, Vayarik, they walked around very, very wealthy. I want to read the psukim and just end with this. At the beginning of Vayera, the psukim about Avraham Avinu's chesed, so there's something that sticks out. Avraham Avinu sees the angels, Vayar, Vayaretz l'krasim, he runs. Then the psukim go on. He says, Vayimaher Avram, he runs to the Oil Sarah. Vayoyim Mari, let's go, he's on fire. Now a Bakar Ratz Avram, he runs to the Bakar. Then Vayimaher Lasai, he rushes to do it. I counted 5 times rushing and 1 time where it shows, I don't want to use the word aggression, like chaos. You read the Parsha of Avram's kindness, I'm very visual, I'm a visual learner. When I picture Avram, he's on fire. We meet people who are like moving slowly, but they're struggling. That's a normal thing. The picture of Avram's chesed is he's mamish. Oh, he is moving, he's running, he's flowing, he's chiyus, mamish alive. My father had a chiyus that was otherworldly to the end. His daily schedule was crazy. The last Sukkot, a year ago Sukkot, my father came to the shul. I told my wife, I said the younger Kalish is going to take over the shul, and my father ran the shul. I said, let's have the younger. He was younger. The chaos was fire. Avrami Peri, we were at a chasna, and my friend Avrami Peri said, who's the youngest man in this room right now? He said, Daniel, who's the youngest man? He pointed to my father jumping around the wedding. He said, he's the youngest man in the room. Chaos. Now, what's the secret of Avram Avinu's chaos? Avram is flying. He's vanished. He's running around. Now, it's true there's a gift from Hashem. It's a gift from Hashem. It says about tzaddikim, in old age, they're still fruitful. The shainim are fresh and vigorous. Lahagit kiyasher, it's a gift from Hashem. But I want to offer something that I think is a truth. The Torah wants us to know Avram's chesed, he was like on fire. And the Torah, it's unusual, very repetitive. He's running, he's coming, he's going. The man is just like, I want to express something, and this is practical for all of us. If somebody's a forced chill, kids come home from school. My daughter comes from school, she just like collapses. In school, she's asked, nobody means bad, but she's asked to act, to be a certain thing. It's very exhausting to act, knocks you out. Teachers have burnout, it's a normal thing. My father taught for decades. He said at the end was his best year. He said his last year after teaching for 45 years, it was his best year in Chinuch. He told us, he said it was his strong, he was on fire. If you go in front of us and say, kids, everybody, good morning, you're done after a little bit. You can't ask like that. Imagine a spouse to their husband, to their wife, how are you? And you try to be who you're not, you burn out, you can't listen. You fade away. When you find the deepest spaces, you have crazy energy. You're fire. I was born for this. Avram Avinu's the Av of Chesed. He was born for kindness. I was meant for this. This is my life. My soul, every part of me was created for this. The picture Hashem wants in Avram's kindness is a man on fire. The man is old. The man is sick. He had a surgery. He's on fire. You know why? Because he was born for kindness. He's running. He's energized. The pasuk says, "Koyvei Hashem." Those that hope to Hashem yachlifu koyach, get an exchange of power. Yelchu v'lo yafu. They go and they never tire. I want to say that Koyvei Hashem. What does it mean to hope to Hashem? It means do what you were born to do. I think parents get superhuman power, but you have to like accept the role. I'm a father. I'm a mother. It's who I am. I think we should review in our lives things, missions. We should say it. We should remember it. I'm a father. Parenting's tired out. My son just became a father. He's described. Do you ever get to sleep? Will we ever sleep? No. And the answer is accept it and be it. Be it. Be it. Accept that. You were born for this. You were born for this. Tap into something. There are things we are and things we do. That's not me. I saw my father in learning. He had a very clear style, and he stuck with it. He felt this was his shirish and neshama. This is what resonated by him. I think I can't prove this. I think it's a gift from Hashem, it's energy, and the kayach was a kiddush mayim, a gift to a tzaddik. The noisei layoev kayach gave him kayach. But I want to study something, what I can learn. And I want to express when we're loyal to ourselves and do the things, I was born for this. This is me. In learning, he was a kiyum of that. When people learn things that don't resonate, force things, you run out of strength. It's not me. It's not me. I can't. When we find the areas, I was born for this. This is my tafkid. It like aligns with the deepest place. I think that's a koyvei Hashem. That's a hoper to Hashem. I accept, and I am who Hashem designed me to be. I'm tapped into deep space in myself. I think we have crazy strength then. We're like on fire. The Avram Avinu was the Av of Chesed. Of course, when he's doing Chesed, he's like flying around. He's like possessed. You watch him, oh. And he doesn't tire because that's me. I'm tapped into deep place. I'm being what I'm supposed to be. Doing what I decided to do. Doing my mission, my tafkid. I think all too often in many missions of our life, we forget to decide, we forget to tap in what I'm born for. I was meant for this. There are people that I watch youngsters become dads and like they struggle. They're like a bacher with a child and a wife. You're a husband, it's a mission, you're a wife, you're a mama, you're a grandmother, it's a mission, it's a powerful mission. My father took very seriously being a grandfather, being an uncle, every niece, every nephew. I'm an uncle, I'm an aunt. There's a mission, there's a sense I was born. Hashem put this by me. I want to express what I saw in my father is that people came to him. He was mechabed people a lot, but what came to him, he took on. What came to him, this is my mission then. It's interesting to me that the Malachim came to Avram Avinu's house. Now somebody could say, well, Avram was sick. He went to the door. Why didn't he go look around in the shuls? Why didn't he go to the local marketplaces? He could say he was sick, he couldn't leave home. Everything's hashgacha. I want to suspect that Hashem sends us to our mission. He actually brings it to our door. I saw my father, what came to me, took on. It came from Yerushalayim, from here, that came to me, that's my mission, and then he saw it through with a focus, with a concentration. When we perceive things, this is my mission, and we do things within ourselves, within our capacity, within our style, what resonates, what makes sense, you get a superhuman power. It's your mission. You were born for this. When you're born for this, there's no burnout, you have to be true to yourself in doing it. It's interesting, in chinuch, there are people who have a lot of tricks of chinuch. Rav Ezi spoke, somebody close, a Talmud of my father. My father was no tricks of chinuch. Somebody spoke last night beautifully about my father, but they said what he was doing was, he wasn't doing anything. There were no tricks. He was himself in the classroom. Somebody asked me, you're teaching Torah, how do you impart Ahavas Torah to Talmud? By the way, in teaching Torah, be loyal to yourself. Don't teach with the, he wasn't like trying to be geschmack, screaming for the, he actually learned in ways that he enjoyed. He said over pshatim that he liked. He did things in the classroom, he was loyal to self. It was true to himself. He said over Torah, when a person learns the Torah and gives over the Torah, they enjoy, two good things can happen. Literally after the event, somebody's in chinuch told me, I teach Torah, what should I do? I teach something you enjoy. Two good things could happen. Either because you enjoy dvar ma'yotzim l'leiv, nichnas l'leiv, others will enjoy it. And at the very least, if others don't enjoy, it's a big kiddush shamayim that they're watching somebody who enjoys Torah. One of the worst things is making a geschmack for others. That's a bad show. You will run out after a year or two, and the Talmidim will run out after about a minute or two. This is this thing. Amazing! Please stop. You're gonna get very tired. You're not doing this for long. Stop. My father taught Torah. He liked Torah. I learned it. I'll never forget it during my life. He learned Torah in a beautiful way, with clarity, with the pshatim that were dear to him. Because he was enjoying it, went into many of us, and to the ones that didn't go, were in the presence of somebody who enjoyed. Be true to yourself, very true to self. Find what resonates, what works by us. Figure out our own light. We have missions that are pashut, we're an ant. That's a mission, take it seriously, I'm an ant. It gives strength, we do the things. I was born for this, I was meant for this. I'm tasked by Hashem for this. And then do it with your flair, with who you are. Stay true to yourself. There was a period where people were asking my father to say different style shiurim. It's a new dark, people like this, like that. He was true to himself from beginning to all his life, taught the way the Torah that resonated by him. He didn't try to say the way others want him to say. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Things don't work like that. I saw my parents during COVID, my father davened with a minute. It was very my parents were not the furthest from, there were people, my mother's the lady of Shalom, the epitome of Shalom. And that fact, they held that a minyan is needed as much as we need stores, we need minyanim. Crazy shit. It was very hard for the family. Like, Abba, please. He was my mimic. There's a man who walks out of my speeches till now, till today. Because my father made minyanim by COVID, I'm proud. I'm proud. My father made minyanim. He held minyanim. He held as much as we need stores, we need minyanim. He kept more than people who aren't going to. He kept distances, everything. He made minyanim. But I want to express that they were people, they weren't the winds of the times. This one's saying that. Again, people have shown, they hugged every Yid, respected Yid, loved Yid, and then there's truth, and staying within oneself, one's beliefs, one's understandings, of course understanding others and connecting others, but it's true to yourself, true to ourselves. I want to express that when we do places that are true to self, we have extra power, we have crazy power. The power of a mother gets a father. It's my mission. I was born for this. Write down, focus, figure out the things that are obvious. This is my mission. I picture a lot these days, and this year my parents decided young, I want to learn Torah. Then I decided we want to teach Torah. And they decided this was their mission, and they did not stop. This is my mission. This is what I'm for. True to themselves, deciding a mission, understanding a mission, figuring out we were tasked for something. You have crazy koyach when you're true to self. The picture of Avram Avinu is this idealist, but specifically on fire. Why? He was born for chesed. This was Avram's tafkid. It was his mission. When we nail that, you get a koyach, you're like flowing, you're like flying, you're moving around. You get a tremendous, tremendous gift. Koyach Hashem. Those that hope to Hashem, yachlifu koyach, get an exchange of power. The Rebbe Hashem should be mizaka all of us. To have a clarity, each of us has a beautiful life at all stages of our life. We have a life to give. We have a beautiful life that the world needs. It's necessary and important. Each of us should be zeichet to find those areas that are on my mission. This is me. And do it in a way true to self. When we're forced trying to be somebody else, do it in somebody else's way, we run out of koyach. A koyach Hashem finds their way. My son once asked me, in the middle of a speech, I started singing with the chevra. He said, Tati, why'd you do that? I said, because I like singing. You have to do it the way that fits you. You have to. At Levaya, I started a song. My siblings put up with my shenanigans because we learned my father, be you. I told my son that's what resonates by me. When I was young, I wasn't as into music, very into music. To sing, it has to be true to self. I was speaking to a Rav who was describing his shul. He said, I don't like the minyan. I said, make a minyan, you like it. Make a minyan you're into, you're comfortable with. Make a minyan, be part of it. That's something that if it doesn't work for you, you're not connected to it. You're not connected to it. So you're gonna run out of koyach. When we're true to self and do the jobs and the tasks in the way we were constructed, we get an exchange of power, and we can go without unhindered. We get new limbs, we can fly, we have abilities, we discover new abilities when it's true to self. We all should be Masik Rebbe should give all of us tremendous koyach to shine our lights. Thank you so much for coming.